Let me give her. All right, what's going on, Sabrina?
Valid. So question. Do you think that they're
What's spinning my
fundamental?
ear?
Oh,
Hmm?
really? Can you hear me
No,
better
no, no, it's
now?
fine. It's fine. No
Oh.
worry, it's fine. Say that again.
Do you think that there's like fundamental things that will never change in people's character, like if they have like certain
Yeah.
roles in the relationship, like no matter the effort? Because I think I've seen a lot of effort, but like nothing changes, and it's sad because I think intentions are there, but then it's like there's just things that are so ingrained in your personality and just like your mindset, and that
Yeah.
I don't, you know.
Yeah. No, that's actually one of the it's what makes people flawed. Like there are some things in us that you just can't change, and usually they're traumas from childhood and adolescence.
Mm,
Like if you saw your family, if you never saw a like a two-parent household, or you fear abandonment, like those types of things, those experiences in childhood are the things that are the most unshakable things as an adult. It's listen, it's possible to change, but
mm,
in order to change, the person has to put a gigantic amount of effort. Me
mm,
personally, for example, I feel like I've changed a lot, but that's because I've put in more effort than what most people could ever imagine. So that's even then I still have habits that are hard to change. You know, like and certain types of people are hard to change. Meaning, thrill seekers are hard to change. Um, People who have ADHD, they struggle changing a lot. Very emotional people who are very
mm,
emotional, they're
mhm,
very difficult to change. Um, and some people are born a certain way. Some people are born psychopaths. Some people are born narcissists,
mm,
or some people are made narcissists because their parents are narcissists. Like they're just some people who just cannot stop dating a certain type of person.
yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's true. I That's why I tell people, don't wait for people to change, because
No, I know.
some people do change, and it's not that you have no hope in humanity, but when it comes to dating me, I have no hope in you. Like, yeah, in humanity, yeah, sure, but you dating me, I have no hope you're gonna change, because
Yeah.
the statistics are way too low. They're just way too low.
And then just like one really quick question about like conflict resolution. Basically I've been dating someone for like 4 or 5 years, and it's been like on again, off again, and like there's so much effort to like him to better his life financially and like blah blah blah. But then with conflict resolution, it just like goes back to square one. And like I watch a lot of your stuff on meditation, so I'm like trying to do me and in my part to like not escalate things. But I guess, do you think like at a certain age you become better at conflict resolution, or is that something, if you have a victim mentality, that you don't have empathy towards the other person's like pain and you only see your own in every
Well, like,
conflict?
see, that's a character flaw right there, right?
Mm,
When you fall in love, you naturally become more tuned to the other person. But if you're selfish, narcissistic, if you have fantasies that are not realistic, and they're trying to pigeonhole you in a role that they want you to be in, yeah, like some people, like they don't pay attention to you, like they don't
mhm.
notice that type of stuff. What was your question again? I'm sorry, my fault.
Like with, if for example, the my boyfriend, like he has like this terrible victim mentality where like we fight and I'm like, how do you not feel bad for like your girl in any way? It's like always about him. And then even though he's done tangible things in his life to like get a really nice house and like get a lot of money, and like I'm like, dude, just get the foundation where you like actually see the other person's part. And then every conflict ends up me being like having to apologize, and I'm like, I didn't
Oh,
fucking do
hell no,
anything.
hell no,
I know, I
nah.
feel bad. No, I know, nice girl shit, but it's like fucked. Like,
Well, you were conditioned to do that. It's a
it
conditioning.
didn't start like that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You're right.
Exactly. It's a conditioned response. Um, and because it's a conditioned response, it's a compulsive response, a fear response, and that takes work, right? That's your growth. And so you start small in the little things, little moments here and there, but you build up your assertiveness, your assertiveness. That's something you build up. You don't just start full Hitler mode. You
No, I
build
have
up
no
to Hitler
problem,
mode.
like, standing up for myself. It's just, like, a disconnect where I'm like, can you perceive other people, like,
Oh
other
yeah.
like, do you know what I mean? Like, I think some
Yeah,
people
yeah.
just can't perceive other
They,
people's points, and it's
they,
just a
they
moot point to try to speak.
yeah, they may either they're not much they haven't matured to that point yet, or they're incapable. But the point is, when they're not there, don't even wait for them. Move on. Like
Type shit.
that happened to me the last time. Like I was chatting with this girl, and it's the girl that I said that I asked her to wear something, and she got offended by it, and and she canceled the date, and I was like, yo, you fucking canceled because you found it offensive that I said wear this because we're going to this restaurant. And then she was like, oh, we gotta fight. And I'm like, all right, then don't text me no more. She texted me the next day. I'm like, what didn't we just talk? Like,
Mm,
didn't we just talk? She's like, oh, what, it's no big deal. You gotta get mad at that. You see that type of shit? Like,
mm,
it's like that is it may not seem much, and they could gaslight you into believing it's no big deal, but what
mm,
that means is that this person doesn't like being confronted or called out on their shit, and
mm,
it's not going to stop there. It's going to continue to be there. So
mm,
if people do that, I swear to God, I think that's my number one red flag when I bring something up and you start pointing it back at me, like saying,
mm,
"Oh, but you did this." Like me, like for example, like I'm trying to think of an example. Um, for example, like if if I ask you to be on time, right? Let's just say I'm your boss and I ask you to be on time, but I'm late a lot, okay? But I'm late a lot. If I tell you, hey, be on time, and you say, oh, but you're always late, then I'm like, okay, this person doesn't get it, right? Like
mm,
there's a time and place to bring up my flaws, and it's not when I bring up your flaws, you
mm,
know. And when somebody has that habit, it's a habit. It's a
mhm,
defense mechanism, right? They feel attacked, and so they have to also bring you down. You know,
yeah,
like they don't see it as conflict resolution; they see it as an attack. Um, you can't deal with people like that. You can't try to make
yeah,
sense. You just have to
mm,
walk away.
mm, mm.
Yeah. Does
Okay,
that make
well,
sense?
thank you. Yeah, it does, it does. It's, like, sad though, it's this, like, effort can only go so far, and then it's, like, just human incompatibility at a certain point.
Yeah. Some people are not compatible for healthy relationships, man. They just have too many toxic habits. Like
Mm,
they just have and most likely they learned it from their parents, that's
mm,
why if you date people, ask how their parents are, because that's how they might be with you.
yeah. Thank you.
Hey,
No problem.
Delexis, there's some questions in the chat for you.
God, look, man. Yes, there's questions, but they got to ask it here. People are like, oh, I'm ignoring the chats. I'm not.
Oh,
I'm not ignoring the chat. This is
gotcha,
live
gotcha. Well,
Q and
I'll
A on
I'll jump
Zoom.
in.